Good morning class. Today we are going to learn importance of communication. Communication means is the process of exchanging ideas, information and messages between two or more individuals. What is communication? Communication is the effective sharing or transmission of facts, opinions, or emotions by two or more people. Communication is the process of exchanging information, ideas, and message between two or more person. Yes, so due to communication, yes, student communication is very important. And anyone can tell me another word for talking or talks? It is communication. So just because of communication we can talk with two persons, and because of communication we can share our ideas, our emotions, our opinions. Yes, so basically communication is very important and very effective in our life. Just because of communication we can share our ideas, our opinions, our emotions. So basically there are three basics elements of communications are there. First one is sender means who, that person who can send the message or send the opinion. Then second is the message. Yes, due to particular message we can share our ideas through the message. Then third is the receiver. The receiver means a person who is receive the message. It is called receiver. Then process of communication. So see, this is a cycle which is show the process of communication. First one is sender. In the process of communication, first role play that person we called sender. Yes, so sender can send their own opinions, ideas or emotions. Then ideas and emotions to the encoding into the message. Then after encoding into message, transmission channel. Then due to transmission, receiver can receive that message. After receiving message, the receiver decodes into meaningful ideas. Receiver can take that message, and after taking or after receiving message, he or she means receiver feedback give feedback to the sender. This is the whole procedure or whole process of the communication. Due to process of communication and due to communication, two or more persons can communicate with each other, and while communicating they can pass or they can share their own opinions, their messages, their ideas and their emotions. Yes, so we cannot imagine if communication is not there. So basically communication is very important in our life, and while doing communication we all follow this process or procedure of the communication. So next is functions or role of communication. What is the roles of communications? So there are lots of roles of communications. First one is inform. Inform is in communication, one person can inform to another person whatever their message or their emotions or their ideas through the message. Yes, so first is inform. We have to inform through the communication. Then next is instruct. if we have to give instructions to another people or to other people, so communication is also important. Then next is sharing of information. So due to communication, two or more people can share their own ideas, their information, and their emotions to the other person. So without communication, we can't talk. Yes. So communication is very helpful to sharing or to for passing our own ideas and messages. Then next is motivating workers. So communication is functions to motivating workers in offices or in industries. Communication is very important between the worker and between their superior. Due to communication, due to the head or superior, if superior and workers can talk with each other with the words or with the messages of superior and the discussion of the superior, due to that communication or due to that talks, the workers can motivate, and highly motivated people can work with the dedication. Yes. So there is workers, motivation of worker is important, and motivation or of workers, how did, then due to communication. So just because of communication, workers can motivate. Then next is leading the organization. While conducting the organization or while running the organization, leading procedure is also there. So for leadership, there is needed the leader, and due to leader, organization can run smoothly. So running organization smoothly, leading is also there, and doing while doing leadership, there is communication. So leader is communicate with their colleagues or coordinators, and what is important for coordination or while leadership, while doing leadership, communication. So the communication plays important role in leading the organization, then motivation or motivating to the workers. Then next function or next role of communication is control. So due to communication, organization or superiors or leader can control to their workers, or they can handle through the communication or through the instructions. Yes. So control is very important in organization, and for controlling, communication is, it plays very important role in for controlling the other people or controlling the organization. And next is management. In management level and is life of human being, communication is very important. Just because of communication, people can express, people can motivate, people can happy. Yes. And people can express their feelings. Yes. So at a management level, communication is very important for running their business smoothly. So businesses running smoothly or management at the management level, communication is very important. Next is barriers to communication. There are various barriers to communication while communication process is going on. First one is noise. Due to noise, there are some barriers of communication. Yes. Within lots of noise, two people or two person cannot communicate with each other. So first point is the noise, which is affecting to the barriers of communication, barriers to communication. Then next is lack of planning. If communication is not there, if communication is not happen between two members or two people, between two colleagues, between two coordinators, between superior and worker, then there is lack of planning. The both two people cannot plan according to their planning, or they want to conduct, or they want to conduct the particular function or particular meeting. They need planning, and planning is the base on depend on communication. So lack of communication, planning cannot happen, and if planning is not there, then function cannot run properly. Then next is wrong or unclarified assumptions. Due to communication, sometimes due to communication, there is unclarification and assumptions. People can assume wrong messages, and due to wrong messages, misunderstanding maybe happens. Then next is semantic problems. Due to communication, due to lack of communication, some problems may be occur, some problems maybe happens. Next is cultural barriers. See, in today's world, most of people's follow the various cultures. So, due to communication and due to age gap, due to communication, due to cultural gap, there is a cultural barrier is happen for communication. Then next is socio and psychological barriers. If communications, lack of communication is there, or lack of communications happen, then socio and psychological barriers are also happens. Next is emotions. Emotions of human beings is very important, and due to communication, that emotions human being express their emotions due to communication, but just because of some restriction, some lack of communication, uh, two people so cannot explain, or cannot express their feelings, and they cannot share their emotions. Next is information overload. Sometimes two people want to communicate more, but information is overload. So due to overload information, people cannot pass their messages. Next is loss by transmission, means noise. Next is poor listening and retention. Sometimes poor listening skills. Due to poor listening skills, two people cannot communicate with each other. Next is goal conflicts and offensive styles. Then time and distance. In today's world, time is very important, and lack of time, and for longer distance, two person cannot communicate with each other due to space, and due to distance, and in today's busy schedule. Next is methods of communication. There are two methods of communication. First one is verbal communication, and second one is non-verbal communication. So, verbal communication includes oral communication and written communication. So, oral communications means people can communicate, or people can talk orally with uh, each other, and they can share their own ideas and messages. They can pass messages orally, face to face. In oral communication, people meet face to face, and they can pass their messages, their own ideas and emotions. Next is written communication. So in written communication also, people can share their own ideas and emotions, but in a written format. Yes, when two persons or a person want to communicate with other person, so they have to write. It is called write their own messages and ideas. It is called written communication. Next type or next method is non-verbal communication. So in the non-verbal communication includes body language, sign language, paralanguage, and circumstantial language. So body language means people can pass the message or share their ideas or emotions with the body languages or movement of the body. It is called body language. Then sign language means uh, people or person can use some symbols or some actions in sign language. Sign means actions, so people or two person can talk or can communicate with that sign or some symbols using with some symbols. Then paralanguage, and next is circumstantial language. Then next concept is method of communication. So there are various methods of communication. First one is body language, and second is body shape. So in body language includes facial expression. Sometimes people cannot talk or cannot communicate, cannot talk loudly due to some circumstances, but that time they can express their feelings with the facial expressions. Then eye contact. Sometimes people can communicate with eye contact and movement of eyes. Then posture and gesture. Sometimes they can communicate with position of body language. They can use some signs and some actions using the body. It is called posture and gesture. Then body shape means ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. These two are the methods of communication. Next is importance. Why communication is important? So in today's world, not in today's world, before matlab means in life of human beings, communication is very important. The implementation of policies and programmer of management is possible only through effective communication. Without communication, people cannot do anything. So communication is very, and communication is must. Communication is very important. Without communication, there is no solution, and there is no understanding. Yes, so communication is very important. We can understand the importance of communication from the following points. See, some points are given here. So with the help of that points, we can learn, and we can understand why communication is important. So first is smoothing running of the enterprise. So if people can running their enterprises, so they, if they want their enterprises running smoothly or conducting smoothly, communication is very important between colleagues, coordinators, superior, and workers. Without communication, they cannot motivate. Workers or colleagues cannot support their colleagues. So communication is very important uh, while you are running enterprises, or while you are running organization. Next is maximum productivity. Due to communication, people can enhance maximum productivity. Next is assist other function. Next is job satisfaction. If you want job satisfaction, if you want satisfaction from job, then you have to communicate. Yes, uh, while doing our work, without communication, how human life will be run. Next is basis of leadership. If a leader want to lead their workers or their colleagues, so they have to talk, they have to communicate with each other. Without communication, how they can share their plan, how can they share their own thoughts and ideas. So communication is important in leadership. Then last and important point is and establishment of human relations communication. Due to communication, human being can establish their relationship with the other people, and while and due to communication, relationships build strong, and misunderstanding factor is not involved here if communication is clear. Next, see, this is a chart which shows importance of communication. So, establishes effective leadership, helps in proceeds of motivation and m- moral development, then helps in smooth working, promotes cooperation and peace, acts as basis of coordination and cooperation, then acts as basic of for decision making, then increases managerial efficiency. These all are the importance of communication. There are some advantages are there of communication. So speedy flow and clear word and language. So due to clear language, due to clear words, misunderstanding may not be happened, and relations must be built. Then flexibility, due to communication, relationship can be flexible. Then proper coordination, due to communication, two people or a team can coordinate properly, and people or can enhance leadership quality. So due to communication, leadership quality must be developed. Like advantages, some disadvantages are also there. So first one is lack of planning. If people cannot coordinate with each other through communication, then planning, they cannot plan for particular function or for particular meeting. Then faulty translation and badly expressed their messages. So if due to lack of communication, there this advantage disadvantages maybe happen. So they badly, due to communication, some people badly express their messages in bad ways. Then unqualified assumption and poor listening skill. Due to poor listening skill, people between two people maybe misunderstanding may be happened. So this is at disadvantages of communication. Yes, students. So the communication is very important in our life, and today we learned what is communication, process of communication, role of communication, the types of communication, advantages and disadvantages of communication. So basically communication is very important, and due to communication we can lead our colleagues, we can build a relationship, and we can manage our relationships, as well as our we can enhance our job satisfaction. Yes class, thank you.